Yes. Okay, goodbye. All right, let's get started. Okay, it's 10 after 7. I got to get going. Sorry, I'm getting a late start. But look at everybody. Thanks for joining. Welcome to May, you guys. We made it. We made it to May. I was going to say, like, I feel like summer's maybe getting ready to start, but we had 8 inches of snow on Saturday, which was all gone, by the way, on Sunday by like noon. It's insane, but good day. All right, let me share my screen real quick. Let's see, desktop. And hold on, tell me when you guys can see something here. Just put it away. Can you see this beautiful thing? All right, goodbye.
Very cool.
All right, yeah, I got it all fancy this afternoon. Watch out. Okay,
that's great.
Thanks. Tonight, I know that we tossed around a couple of topics, and I think that's something that all of us can relate to. We've all kind of had some ebbs and flows over the course of the last few months. So kind of decided to work through tonight on kind of just overcoming failure and remembering our why. And we'll see if I can like advance my screen or not. Maybe not. All right, cool. So tonight, real quickly, I'm going to do recognition for April and then a couple of announcements for the month. Shako flavor of the month. Actually, I just found out a good recipe I wanted to share. Then we'll talk about tonight's topic, personal development resources, kind of surrounding tonight's topic. And then a little May homework, something for you guys to think about this month. Recognition. So Jenna, in her first month of qualifying for Success Club, she hits Success Club 6. God, that's a terrible thing to have to say. And I was at 6. Erin, Marissa, Noelle, we're all at 2. You guys, that's 9 lives that we are going to be changing this month by getting people started either on Shakeology or Challenge Pack. I mean, that's a big deal. So I want you guys to feel super proud that, you know, we are making a big impact. And even if you didn't hit a goal that you were after this month, and hence our topic for tonight, we've all kind of been there in the last few months. I want you guys to be really proud about, you know, as our collective teams are continuing to move forward, we're only going to be helping more people as the summer goes on. So great job in April. All right, so as far as, I gotta move my, okay. Announcements for May, now through August. Go do your homework. Sorry. Now through August, we are going to have the challenge pack for the annual all access on demand on promo for $160. It's awesome. I was really surprised first that they extended it at all, let alone that they're going to extend it throughout the course of the whole summer. So just absolutely a great deal. It's obviously a little bit more expensive in Canada. And then we still have an awesome deal at $205 with the Kickstart if somebody is wanting to do the 3-day refresh as well. It's a great deal. A few of the key benefits to this challenge pack that I have been sharing, I'm sure most of you are sharing as well, but I thought it would just be good to make sure that everybody had a few good talking points this month. And definitely if you have other things, I want you to share them. But a huge aspect here is that the number one thing that typically happens to us, right, is that we get a price objection on the cost of Shakeology. And to be able to tell people that by investing in annual all access, which is just, it's less than $9 a month, that they can get a month of Shakeology for $2 a day. I mean, it's kind of insane when you think about the value of Shakeology and what they're getting. So I always think that sharing the value of Shakeology is the top thing to do. But when you can share from a price perspective and help people really understand what a great deal they're going to be getting, and that when they do this challenge pack, it sets them on the premium account for the rest of the year, for the next 12 months, basically. So they're going to get 10% off all of their products because of their premium account. So it's saving them money, on any future home direct orders as well. So, and of course, we all know that the library of programs is just insane, all the nutrition. And then, we know at a minimum, there's going to be 3 new programs coming out this year. Erin and I were chatting about it a couple nights ago about how we already know 3 of the workouts, and they're all going to be out by Summit. And in typical tradition, we have had on average 3 workouts a year, but it's kind of that early spring, kind of somewhere between Q1, Q2, then a Summit launch, and then something that happens in the fall, October, November. And we know of 3 workouts now that are going to happen by Summit. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen in the fall. So don't forget, is it May 10th or May 12th? Somebody help me out. The UV2 with Leandro, which is the newest dance workout, really meant to be for everybody. If you've seen any of the videos, it's awesome. There's a lot of diversity in the women that are in it, plus size to, more fit females. So, they're really trying to capture the demographics that we're working with on a daily basis, which is great. May 12th will be the announcement for the new Shanti workout. And we're supposed to get access to that by Summit. And then, of course, the new Shift Shop workout with the new super trainer. What's his name? Chris? Somebody help me out. I already forgot. Noelle, you probably know it. What's that? Okay. Chris, yeah. So that'll be coming out at Summit too. So there is a lot of great stuff to be able to share with people about other things they're going to get access to with on-demand without having to buy anything extra. So it's going to be awesome. And then, of course, they get the free portion fix with this challenge pack as well. So there's not a more complete package in my mind. And if you have the ability and people are not pushing back on you about not wanting to work out from their computer or something, or tablet or phone, it's just such a great deal. And I will remind you guys that if you personally have not upgraded your club accounts, do it, because you should be experiencing as much of the library as you can, and the nutrition plans, and to be able to help advise your challengers on the right programs for them. And it's a pro rate. So if you already are on a club account, all you do is complete the online form, and they'll prorate you what you've already paid and activate you for annual all access. All right, the new sample packs will be coming out next week. I was looking through the FAQ. It won't give any details about the flavor combos. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I have to kind of assume that we're going to have a regular sample pack option and a vegan sample pack option. I'm hopeful that they're both 7-day options. I don't know if they will be or not, but we will know more next week. And the current sample packs will discontinue at the same time. So, Nat, I know you were asking me about being able to buy a sample box again. You will be able to, all coaches, any customer who has purchased one in the past, they're basically like wiping the slate clean, and everybody will be able to order a sample pack after May 10th once these new ones are live. So just a great way to either get samples to share with people, or if you're wanting to try the new vegan flavors or anything else, it's a great thing to go ahead and pick up. All right, the Success Club incentive this month, it's actually quite fitting actually for our topic tonight. John Maxwell, he's like a world-renowned personal development coach, best-selling author. You will see coaches all the time who are sharing about some type of a John Maxwell training that they have done. It's kind of in that realm of like Tony Robbins, like super motivational, very personal development driven. So if you earn Success Club 5 this month or more, next month, you'll get access to the webinar that they will host with him. And it's usually a like limited time. They give you a couple-day window to be able to participate or watch the replay. So it's usually well worth it. So don't think just because it's not something like super tangible that you wouldn't get a ton of value out of it and not to work hard for your Success Club, because it is totally worth it to be able to participate in something like that a lot of people pay quite a bit of money for to be able to go to one of his trainings. So it's a great thing that Beachbody's able to offer us. I wanted to also list out just a few of the ways that we can earn Success Club points now. A couple of these are new. So your challenge packs are 2. You can now get, for any new home direct Shakeology order, can get 2 points. We used to only get 1 point for that, but now you can get 2. And then new coach enrollments with a challenge pack are 2. And so that also applies that if you have a challenger that you've worked with and a few months ago, they bought a challenge pack to get going in one of your groups, they are grandfathered in. So they could do the enrollment for free if they want to, or if they're interested, maybe they haven't done all access yet and they want to get this month's promo deal, they could sign up as a coach with that, and you will get 2 more Success Club points. So just something that's really nice, because if they just buy another challenge pack without becoming a coach, you don't get the secondary points there. So just a nice thing to keep in mind. And then the customer or new coach purchases for home direct orders that total 90 personal volume points in a month, they're now giving us 1 point for that. So that's definitely one of the newer things as well. I haven't seen a lot of how that works just yet. So, but it's a really nice thing that we're now having more than just 2 options for earning Success Club. All right, so here was the shake I wanted to share. Did anybody see this on the Beachbody homepage the last couple of days? I don't know why I'm kind of intrigued by this, but I'm not like the biggest matcha fan, but my sister loves it. And I'm like one of those people that has to be like in the right mood for it. But I actually thought that this one sounded really good. So it's like layered strawberry and matcha, and the base of it is vanilla Shakeology. So I'll share this presentation so you guys have all of the links to everything, but it's on the homepage. So you could check it out if you want to try something else. Just love something different. All right, so let's get into the meat of tonight's topic and talking through how to overcome and kind of, I don't even know if overcoming is the right word as much as managing when we fail at something. And I thought that something that's really helped me, and it may not work for everybody, but when I've missed something really big, I've had to really kind of go within and remember my why I became a coach, why I love doing this every day. And it really helped get me in the right mindset. So I thought I would just take a quick minute and share a recent failure that I had. Those of you on my team, you know, because I shared in our team page, and Noelle, of course, knows. But for anybody else who will watch our team call, I got invited to try to qualify for the 2018 Success Club trip to Maya Riviera, Mexico. And I really debated on it because I'm like, I just don't know. Like, some months are great, some months are not so great. Can I really do it? And then I had a great couple of conversations with my husband, and we kind of had this like, no risk, no reward conversation. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's, 10 points in the first 3 months. Surely I can do that. And to be honest, like, the start of the year was really rough. And really slow. I could tell that a lot of people were still kind of trying to catch up from holidays. I mean, I personally, within my business, kind of got out of the gate a little bit slower than I had anticipated, especially with the launch of the All Access. And I got to March, and I needed to have a pretty big month in March. And I got an update from corporate about where I was at, and I kind of misinterpreted the information, but it was totally on me because I know how to check my Success Club points. So the net of it is that I missed the Q1 qualification by 1 point, 2 points. I think I missed it by 2 points. Regardless, it didn't matter if it was 1 or 2 points, I missed it. And I was really, really disappointed. And one, I was disappointed because here, we busted our butts for 3 months, and I was so close to being able to qualify. It was the first, I've been a coach for 3 years. It was the first trip I've actually been able to qualify for, because usually with the way the trips work, it's really limited in the amount of people who can even register, and it's based on rank. There's a lot of business qualifiers for being able to even get to the point of trying to qualify for a trip. And, I was, really thankful for the year that I had last year that allowed me to be able to at least even be invited to try to qualify, and then to come up short by just a couple of points. And, I went through the whole realm of what could I have done differently? And I've, let down my team. I've let down my husband, because this would have been the first chance for us to have a vacation, just us, as a real vacation. That would have been awesome. Just those little things, that guilt factor. But first of all, the thing that helped me tremendously was that my husband is amazing. And he never once was oh, it's really too bad that you didn't qualify, or it would have been really nice to go on vacation. There was none of that. He just reminded me, he's it was just a trip. And he's how many people have you been able to help in the last 3 months? Okay, 12 people. Okay, so, you haven't, failed at anything. You're still helping people. You're still, working with your team. There's still a lot of great things happening. Just because you didn't qualify for this, he's so what? We'll just keep, saving money, and we'll take our own trip next year. And I was so thankful for that, because I was already feeling so bad and so guilty that, if he had not been so positive, it would have really crushed me. But I know myself, and I think that we all can agree that everybody deals with failure differently. Right? Some of us totally internalize. Some of us just need therapy. We just need somebody who can listen to us, just vent about everything that happened, and then we get it off our chest, and then we feel better. Some of us, just need a few days to kind of just think through kind of what happened, reevaluate, and, make a new plan. Make some new goals, try to reflect and see I did do a lot this last month, or, and it doesn't even have to be related to our business, right? We have little mini failures in lots of other things in life. And I think it does not matter if it's that you didn't hit Success Club, you didn't qualify for a trip, you didn't get a promotion at the job you're doing now, you maybe didn't get a job that you wanted. I think we can all relate that we've been through, every spectrum of that. And it's really hard to pull yourself out and always have a positive mindset. And if you are one of those people that is super positive all the time and has no problem just bouncing on to the next thing, I really want you to do a training on how to do that, because it's something I wish I was better at, because Natalie says she'll do a training for it. I personally have never been one of those people that can just bounce right back. I'm super competitive. If I, didn't win a game in high school with my team, or whether it was a team sport or individual sport, it was really hard on me. If I, applied for a job and I didn't get it. When I got laid off, it was really hard. I'd never lost my job before. And it was really hard to not wonder what the hell did I do wrong? And why was it me? That whole guilt aspect. So I'm certainly not an expert on how to overcome or how to cope to the point where anytime you fail at something, you're going to be able to bounce right back. But I want to encourage all of you to just, yourselves, what you need. And when that happens, share it. Share with somebody so they can help you work through it. It might be your spouse, it might be your sister, it might be your business partner, whoever it is, and lean on them to help you get through it. You might need to just sit down and rewrite some goals. You might need to just, go out for coffee and make a new game plan, whatever that looks like. But more importantly, I think just taking a little time for yourself and just reflect on your why. Just think through okay, the day I became a coach, why did I become a coach? And I know for most of us, from day one to day today, a lot of us, our whys have changed and they have evolved and matured. But somewhere in there, there's still that same why, that same core fire. And whether that was because you just want to help people feel amazing, you just want to be able to impact somebody else's life, you want to be a good role model for your kids, you want to earn enough money to send your kids to swim lessons. It doesn't matter what it is. Go back to that place and just remember it. Write it down and then share it with somebody. Right? It's just like anything else that we do. It's what we tell all of our challengers. You've got to make sure somebody else knows what your goals are so they can help you be accountable, so they can help you achieve it. And I'm super guilty. I know one of our possible topics for tonight was to do a live vision board session. And you guys, it is May. And in my mind, I have my vision board, but I have still not physically made my vision board. So that's my top business goal for the month, is to get my vision board done. It's ridiculous. I've written out my goals, personal goals for the month. Great. Now I need to do my vision board. So that is at the top of my list, but it's going to be centered around why I am a coach. And so if you don't have a vision board, a dream board, whatever you want to call it, I really encourage you this month to make one and share it with your coach, share it with your business partner, with your spouse. It doesn't matter who you share it with your entire team, and let other people know why you're doing this. What is driving you? Because if somebody else is stuck and not feeling like they're in a good place with their business, not maybe having a rough patch on the home front, sometimes just seeing what's driving somebody else triggers it for you as to why I became a coach, why I'm doing this every day, why I'm up till midnight, doing graphics, coming up with content, just thinking about great things that I can do to help my challengers be successful. That's your why. And I want you guys to, I want all of us, not just you guys, I want all of us collectively as our teams to go back to that. I think sometimes getting back to the basics is the best thing that we can do to just reset. And then I want you to think about committing. I want you to think about, I will be here a year from now. I will still be helping people a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Don't just think about getting through the month, because if we can start thinking longer term, it helps us kind of keep things in a little bit better perspective about when something in the short term doesn't work out like we want it to. Take a step back and think about, okay, but why am I doing this? What is the big long-term vision? Then that you can hit the reset and you can start fresh and move forward. You guys, your challengers need you. Your family and your friends, whoever is in your challenge groups, they need you. Okay. They're drawn to you. They are inspired by you, and they know us, right? We're real people. They know when we're not feeling it. That vibe, it doesn't matter that it's through social media mostly. They get that vibe. And so lean on them, draw from them. They're sharing in your group, and go for it. You don't have to be perfect every day, but be real and be vulnerable, because they're there for you too, just as much as you're there for them. Okay. That's the power of our groups. And it's what I love so much about what we get to do every day in our challenge groups, to see people make progress, to help them through hard times. I mean, we just kind of become a family in our challenge groups. And I think it's something so incredible that I've never really experienced on any other level of work that I've ever been able to do. So with that, would anybody else like to contribute to a way that you have of coping or getting over failure in your life? No? Nobody.
I will go.
Go.
So, do you want me to go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My internet connection's going in and out, so it may blank out. But, with real estate, you can be disappointed on any given day. You can work really hard for a couple months on a property, and then it all goes to crap. And then you've got frantic families on both ends of the spectrum. And I think you just got to push. You got to push yourself forward. When you're talking about your story, and my internet went out in the end of it, so I didn't get to hear the whole story, but it is definitely bothers you. And I think, you have to listen to positive stuff. And I think,
oh, we're losing her. Shoot. We'll give her a second and see if it comes back. She always has such great advice. Okay. Well, while we're waiting. Oh, there's she's back.
I'm out here on the rural side of the Brighton, and it's always hit and miss.
That's okay.
But I would say, doing what you're doing with the positive, the personal development, that's a lot of it. It's mindset. And the more that you develop your mindset, the better you are. You can handle stuff like that. The really stressful stuff, maybe in the real estate business too. And if you're pushing for a really goal that means a big deal to you, like you were talking about, that just gives you all the more to push, make a difference. And I think when you think about making a difference with your friends and family too, I think that's huge. And it's true, they do need it. It's made such a difference since Tiffany has got me into this program. And it's been over a year and a half, maybe almost going on 2.
Yeah.
And I'm addicted to it. Now I just need to I'm very guilty of not sharing it because my hectic life, but that's really shouldn't be an excuse, because it is a benefit for all. Totally. And Tiffany's always spurring me. Totally. And I love her for that. I love it. She's like, what are you doing? Get on, let's go. And I need that, sometimes. And you're right. Everybody needs that. I agree.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, you're in a really competitive industry in real estate. And I mean, you can't dwell. I guess that's probably the thing for you too, is that it is the next thing, right? And I feel like for us too, it's like that, okay, I didn't make my goal this month, but you know what? The next person is out there who needs me. And it's okay. I can share that I failed this month. I can share that I'm having a rough time, because I guarantee somebody else is out there having a hard time too, but they're going to look to me to see how I get over it. They're going to look to me to see if I totally give up, or if I am able to kind of bounce back and work through it and be in a stronger mindset for it. I totally agree with that. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Lisa. Anybody else want to share? And if not, that's totally cool. Besides Natalie. Does anybody besides Natalie want to share something?
Tiffany, I liked what you said about just people looking at you to see how you're going to handle your failures. And I think that's really true. That's like something that I have a hard time with, is just being open when I'm not being perfect and everything. But I think it was Christy Borders put something on Facebook yesterday or the day before of a picture of her and her daughters. And she's like, you know, I do it for them because they're always watching. And it's like, you never know who's watching, but I mean, whoever it is, your sister, younger sister, kids, whoever, it's so true. It's like we all have our times that we feel we either did fail or we feel like we failed. And that's the time that you can really actually inspire somebody more than just when everything's great and, oh, look at me working out or whatever. So,
yeah, it's a great point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Erin.
Yes. It's called failing forward.
It is.
You know, failing forward. You know, you move forward, not backward. You just take it and go. Run with it. Make it better, you know, however you got to do it.
Yeah.
And it's best to have a motivational coaches. I think that's very important. Or, you know, cheerleaders, whatever. Keeping you on track and staying positive. Yeah. And some days it's hard to do, but I think what you're doing and what I've been seeing, you know, on the Facebook pages is awesome. You know, sharing the motivational books, self-improvement and stuff like that. Those make a big difference to me, you know, totally.
Yeah.
Change your mindset. Yeah.
Totally. And I really resisted personal development in the beginning because I'm like, I think I'm okay. I don't need it, you know? And you hear that all the time, right? From every coach practically says at some point that they were like, didn't want to do it, didn't, you know, whatever. And there are some who have done it from day one and you can see the difference too. But, yeah. And speaking of failing forward, I was just kind of going through some of my personal development books and then, some that I've seen other coaches post about. And so this was just a quick list. I know that there are so many other personal development books or audio books about, you know, dealing with failure. Failing Forward, as Lisa was just mentioning, actually by John Maxwell, is a book my coach gave me a year ago or so. And to be honest, I had a hard time kind of sticking with it. But once I got through that book, there were a lot of really good lessons in it. And sometimes you get through these books, right? And then you apply stuff while you're doing it. And then you kind of put it out of your mind while you're on to the next thing. And I think that we forget what a great resource of library of resource books that we have. Because if you're reading a book every, you know, month or so, I mean, I'm not a speed reader. It takes me at least a month to get through most of my books. Then, you know, you have it built up and it's always good to like, just think back, like, was there a book that really inspired you? Go back to that book if you're stuck somewhere or kind of down in your business and reread it. I mean, I just read Go Giver. I should have put that on this list.
That's honestly, an awesome one.
It is so good. And I feel like I need to be reading that book like every other month, like, or once a quarter. And the last time I read a book that like really got my juices flowing like that book did was about this time last year. And I don't know if that's just ironic or not, but I read at this time last year. And it was the first book that kind of had like worksheet kind of stuff in it that I actually like felt inspired enough to like jot some things down. And I was just thinking about it tonight. Like I kind of want to go back and look at what was I thinking about in my business a year ago. I need to go and look at that and see compared to where I'm at now. And I think it would be an interesting perspective. But The Power of Positive Thinking was a book that was recommended to me after what I went through in March. And I haven't gotten that book yet, but I have read a couple of like the little, what do you call that? Excerpts. what's the word I'm looking for? On Amazon, and it really looks like an incredible book. You Are a Badass. I've read that book a couple times. I've shared it with a number of my coaches. I think that it's just a great book to kind of give you like a good kick-ass kind of mentality. Daring Greatly. This is a book that I'm in the middle of right now. I don't know that it has as much to do with the topics of failure as it does the topics of vulnerability, but I think these two books, the audiobook of Power of Vulnerability and Daring Greatly, I think that they apply because I feel like when we fail at something and we go internal, it is super hard to share. It is really hard to be vulnerable, but as we all are agreeing, like those are the moments when you're going to connect the most with your challengers, with your network, whether it's your warm or cold network. That vulnerability is something that people really relate to. It makes them get such a personal connection with you. And I feel like that's when you really start to see your tribe start to come to you when you're really getting personal like that. And it's not easy. And I'm not saying like share all your deepest, darkest, whatever, but I think the vulnerability aspect is just feeling comfortable with being in the moment, sharing where you're at, and, you know, not having to have any like serious outcome from it, but just be. So these were just a few of the things that I came up with. If you've got other personal development recommendations, I would say definitely share them within the team pages, and we'll make sure that they get out to both teams, just so we can all, you know, find different ways to benefit and see what works best for us individually as well. All right, so my last thing I want you guys to think about, and I really should have added vision boards to this, but if you haven't done your vision board, take some time and do it. Erin inspired me on this first one. Noelle and I have been success business partners for at least a year now. It's awesome. I really want to encourage you guys that if you're in a place where you want to really work on your business and work with somebody that is like-minded and will help hold you accountable, check in. Your upline coach is going to be great at that as well. But I think it's so nice to have a different partner, somebody other than your upline coach. They're great for, you know, and I want to be that resource for you guys to help you work through anything that you're going through in your business. But I really encourage you to get a partner, whether it's within our team, whether it's within Team Inspire or even the Rock Stars. Just put it out there. Erin did a great job of this in Team Inspire this week. You know, she shared a little bit about who she is, her coaching style, what she's looking for in a partner. It's a really great thing. And now's a great time too, because if you're going to Summit in a couple of months, you'll have the opportunity to meet us and hopefully one-on-one, which is such a great experience. So I would really encourage you guys, if you don't have a push partner or a success partner, to put it out there and find somebody. And if you want help finding a partner, let me know. But I think this is a great time to do it, especially heading into the summer. And then for our teams, as promised, we'll be starting trainings this month. And our first training will start on the 15th. I'm going to run a 3-week brand training for you guys. This is about your personal brand, about, you know, what you're doing in social media, how you're building your business as a coach and you as your personal brand. So if that's a training that you want to participate in, just message me and let me know, and I'll get you added to the group next week when I open it up, and then we're going to start on the 15th. So, all right, gang, that's what I have for tonight. I'm going to stop sharing this. Does anybody have anything else you want to chat about? Feeling good? Natalie, do you have something? Okay. You guys, thanks for joining. I'm going to stop recording. If you want to jump off, feel free. But if there's anything else you guys would like to